wanted to do just a little brief video because today is 10 years since I got this Defender, which I had from new. Yeah, it was a birthday present to myself. I shan't say what age, but I'm just on my way to take it for the MOT. So it seemed a nice point to recap 10 years of Defender ownership. Now the thing is, I don't actually have masses to say because this vehicle has basically done everything I've ever asked of it. It's never broken down. It's had a few little jobs done. I mean, really, in 10 years, it's done 98,500 miles now, just coming up to. It's had a set of tyres. It's had a clutch. It's had the gearbox output shaft, which does tend to fail on the, I think it's the MT82 gearbox or transfer box. And that's really about it. It's had some shock absorber bushes. The last MOT, they replaced the rear shockers because the bushes had failed, deteriorated. Other than that, I mean, it's really not had very much done. I think it had a belt tensioner replaced on the serpentine belt on the front of the engine. That was about a year ago because it got really wet, and I think it was making a noise, so we swapped that. And that's it. You know, I mean, you hear these horror stories of Defenders breaking down all the time, engines failing, transmissions, differentials, and I've not had any problems with it. And it's been looked after, but I don't think I've mollycoddled it. It's worked. It's towed heavy trailers. It's been fully laden many times. It's been off-road. I've done very long journeys in it. I've been to Europe in it many times. I wouldn't call it overlanding. I don't camp out in it as such, but you know, it's done long journeys. It's been very, very good. You know, I mean, I went through a stage. I put steps on the side, mainly because my mother was struggling to get in and out of it, but she doesn't really go in it now. We live quite a way away, so I don't really see if she's come in here. So it had a snorkel on it, that's been removed. It had the snow cover on the wing, like a military wolf type one. I put it on in the winter, but we don't really get much snow anyway. It's not on now as it stands at the minute, apart from the tyres that are, because I run BF Goodrich KM2s. It came, when I ordered it, it came with Goodyear MTRs, 235 8516s. They wore out. They were a good tyre actually, but they wore out. I went over to KM2s. KM2 is very aggressive, but I only have them on for if I am doing off-road work for whatever reason. Generally I run Michelin's, I can't think what they're called. Is it Michelin Cross Contact? I'm probably getting confused. But Michelin Latitude, I think they're called. On the standard rims. At the minute I'm running the KM2s, which run the original Wolf rims. I mean, when I ordered this vehicle, it's quite nice. One of the nicest things about ordering a new Land Rover is you get to spec it up. I am side sloping here because someone's coming up the road. You get to spec it up, so I said, you know what, 110, utility wagon, Keswick green, white roof, white Wolf rims. And then, but most of what I had really was the interior. So the spec is really nice. I've got heated seats and screen. I've got aircon, electric windows. It's cloth seats which come with a heated seat pack anyway. So it's a nice, comfortable enough place to spend the day. And I mean, of this 98,483 miles I've currently done, you know, 98,000 plus of them is with me sat here. You know, the only time anyone else drives it is such as when it's going to go for an MOT or a service. And I think that actually is a big part of it, because I've had this serviced routinely from new. I think it makes a big difference. You know, it's had someone sort of twice a year, the MOT and the service. They've looked over it. We've got that issue, this issue, or anything I've seen. Oh, rectify that. I use my local independent Landrover dealer, which well, they're not really a dealer, but like a workshop. But you know, they've got an excellent reputation, and they've always done very good work, and they've always been very fair with me. So, you know, I'm very pleased with them, and it does seem to have really helped the vehicle. Like the orange, you know, the warning light for the engine has never been on. It had a couple of little niggles when it was new, like one of the ABS sensors was playing up, but that was very easily done under the warranty. Obviously the gearbox issues were irritating, but it had done 80 odd thousand miles at that point. With the clutch, the clutch wasn't worn, it was the spring that had come out of position. We just put another clutch in it, and then it had the output between the gearbox and transfer box, which for some reason when they built them they never greased them or oiled them. So it had the one put in with the oil gallery in. So in theory that shouldn't ever repeat as a problem. And that's been it. You know, I mean, it's on its original battery, the original wheels, the original bodywork. Apart from, well, the front wing got hit. It was parked up, someone hit it, ripped the front wing off, so it's had a replacement wing. But other than that, it's all sort of as it was, and it's been very, very good. It's been very reliable. It struggles a little bit in the winter if I use it for short runs. I think the battery is the original battery. I imagine sooner or later sooner rather than later, that will need replacing. Just to make sure it does fire up, but that it tends more to, it's just a little bit slow rather than it doesn't fire up at all. It certainly doesn't like in cold weather. If you're just shunting it back and forth, turning it on and off like that isn't good. But then most vehicles that would be a bit of a struggle anyway. But yeah, you know, I'm very, very happy with it. I've no intention of selling it. I don't know how many other 10-year-old one owner from new Defenders there are out there. If you know of one, or if you have one, then let me know. I'd be interested to know. And I have seen a few, since I got this, I've seen a few other Keswick Green 110 utility wagons were ordered. I know at least 2 people, so I'm on the Defender Net forum, at least 2 people on there ordered very similar vehicles sort of off the back of me buying this one. And I've seen others knocking around as well. It's a very good look, you know, I like it. The only thing is the Michelin tyres I mentioned, because they're on normal 5.5-inch plain steel rims, I can't get used to that look. It just looks so much better with the Wolf rims on, which, you know, part of why I wanted them. I mean, this, when I ordered it, this very nearly ended up a 3.5 ton gross weight vehicle, but there was uncertainty whether the heavy duty spec included an uprated clutch. I think it actually did, or at least I've read it in some literature that it did. But no issue. It doesn't really do a great deal of towing anymore or anything, so I think the one that's in there is absolutely fine. Yeah, I mean, I think going forward, I might look at a roof tent for this, because I want to get more involved in outdoors, travelling and camping and that sort of thing. I don't think it's ever going to become like a camper spec. Anything I do to this, I want to make sure that it's removable. My thinking is in years to come, I don't think there are going to be very many unmodified Defenders about, so I'd like to try and keep mine as original as I can. But it's at the age now, you could do a little bit of a refresh. The plastic on the front is getting a bit faded. There's little bubbles of corrosion coming through here and there. Nothing to sort of panic about, but I can see it coming through. So you know, I might just put a bit of money just to, you know, tidy it up a little bit, just keep it looking good for the future, and just keep at it. But yeah, I'm almost at the MOT place now, so I mean, it'll pass, there's not going to be any issues, I know that. But I'll do an update once I'm back, basically. So, cheers. That this is audible because I'm in the middle of a storm. Landrover's actually passed the MOT, really pleased about that, fantastic news. Not really surprising though. Needed a couple of wiper blades and a number plate light bulb. For some reason it keeps blowing the number plate light bulbs, I don't know why. But other than that, yeah, everything fine, so all passed. Yeah, just a sort of brief update on that, really. You know, it's good, 10 years old, it's passed every MOT bar one, which was, they failed on the shock absorber bushes. I mean, they mentioned it could probably do with the wax oil updating. I had the chassis and the bulkhead wax oiled when it was new, starting to get a bit thin, so probably would be useful to have that refreshed, but we'll wait for warmer weather. I mean, as it stands, I don't think we've had, or drier weather I should say, I don't think we've had a dry day here in 3 weeks, pretty much. It's been, if it hasn't full on rained, it's at least drizzled and so on, so but yeah, when it gets drier we'll do that. I mean, the next thing, what I do need to do is find something. It's going to clock over to 100,000 miles fairly soon, pretty imminently. I don't really want for that to happen like on the way to the supermarket or something. I want it to be some meaningful event. Obviously with COVID and everything, I don't know what that would be. I fancy doing the North Coast 500. But I think this summer, I think everybody's going to be doing that. I think even, you know, go camping in the Highlands or something. I think a lot of people are going to be doing that, so it's finding something where I'm not going to be mobbed. But I think, you know, 100,000 miles, it's an auspicious time, it's worthy of noting. It'd be nice to say, yeah, I did, you know, 100,000 miles, that was clocked up by I don't know, Loch Lomond or whatever, or even Wales. I like Wales as well. So something anyway. But yeah, really, this was just a little update, just to say MOT's passed, good to go for another 12 months, and everything's okay. I don't know. I mean, have I been really, really lucky and ended up with like the world's most reliable Defender, or quite what? Ooh, that's nice. That was a beige, a factory beige 90, which I think they only made for a couple of years, about 1989. You see these little rarities about, but yeah, like, is this the world's most reliable Defender? Or is there anyone else who's had one equally as good? Because I hear, you know, EGR valves failing, gearboxes failing, differentials failing, but this, touch wood, you know, this has been okay. So let me know. I'd be very interested to know. And cheers for watching. And I'll hopefully get an update actually about the 1 ton. But I'm including this, but there's no point me having a separate channel for the Defender. It's like, I'll just put them together. Yeah, cheers for watching. Give me a like, subscribe, blah blah blah, you know the drill, and I'll see you in the next one.